Something that I think is a really big deal that doesn't get discussed enough is the fact that government gets paid a lot of money to do a job that they don't do, right? How many crimes do they stop? Or how many crimes do they actually stop from happening? Because from what I see, they don't stop crimes. All they do is profit from them. And if you're profiting from crime, then you're kind of in cahoots with the criminals, aren't you? Really? Sure, you put them in jail, but then you say, we're going to keep these guys in jail, but you got to pay us, right? You got to pay us money to keep them in jail. How many sex offenders are in jail right now, living for free for the rest of their lives? Well, probably not that many, because sex offenders don't get locked up like that. They get released on probation, don't they? But let's pretend they do. How many sex offenders could get locked up if the government actually did their duty to stop criminals? And then they get fed 3 hots a day. They get a free bed. They get free cable TV. They get free books. They get free education. They get free health care. I don't get a fraction of that. And I don't hurt people. So, really, what they're getting is their life funded for them. And what the government's doing is exchanging a free life for profit. If you call the cops because your house is getting broken into, are they going to stop the crime? Chances are no. Chances are they're just going to write words down about it. When I got shot at the night my son was born, obviously we called the cops. I was not in the same place in life that I am now, and I would have dealt with it differently then, or now probably. But they didn't do anything. Guess who got the restitution? The state did. Even though I was the victim, the state adopts victimhood on our behalf. Essentially, you're giving away your right to seek justice to the government. And they seek justice on your behalf, and then they keep the justice. Is that just? So, what do? They take 40 to 50% of your money, and what do? They harass you. If you don't follow their laws to a T, that your chances are probably never agreed to any of those laws. I didn't agree to any of this. My life would be so much better if I could just go into a forest somewhere and build a house. You know why? Because I know how to do that. And because it's easy. I've lived off the land before, and let me tell you, it is so much less stressful than trying to make society work, trying to find a job that will pay for everything you need while still allowing you enough time to have a life. Is pretty much impossible. At this point, you're choosing a life, or you're choosing financial independence. You don't get both. Now, the people that hire you, they do get both, don't they? Because they get you to do all of the work, they make all of the profit, and they give you a wage that doesn't even pretend to keep up with the inflation that they're causing. helping to cause at least. It's rigged. It's rigged. And then you got people saying, oh, you can't live how you want. You got to follow the fucking rules. Why? Why? What has it gotten anybody to follow the rules? I'm not going to go and hurt somebody. And I wouldn't hurt somebody even if it wasn't a rule, because that's just not who I am. It's crazy, man. The only way out of this is to just stop playing along. It's really not hard to live without a car. It's not hard to live in a clearing. It's not hard to build a frickin' house. It's not hard. None of that is hard. Yet we pretend it is. Yet we're convinced that it is. Yet we're convinced we need welfare. We're convinced we need grocery stores. Why? The fucking realm we live in is literally made out of food. It's made out of food. You need food, you need water, you need rest. Those are really the three things you need. One of those falls from the sky, okay? Water literally just falls from the sky, yet how many people buy how many gallons of fucking plastic-coated water from the supermarket? And a government that has made it illegal to collect rainwater. I'm sorry. The second the government starts getting into shit like that, you've lost me. I can't play along anymore, because at that point, they're not even pretending it's for your own good. Everything is better without them. I've lived, there's a difference between being homeless and living on the land. Homeless implies that you are lacking something. And when you're in a concrete jungle, if you don't have a home, you are lacking something. But when you are outside, living out of doors, you can make your home. It's not hard. Because once again, the realm we live in is constructed of the things that we need to construct a shelter. It's not hard. Mud, fucking sticks. That's what you need. That's all you need. Oh, but it's so dirty. No, it's not. The fucking way we live is dirty. I'm sorry about my language. There's not much longer I can keep up this pretense. It's not much longer that I can do it. I don't know what drug I did that caused me to see life this way, but I regret it. I regret it. Or what lesson that I learned that made me see life this way. I regret that too. Because you know what? I don't want to see how untenable life is. I want to be able to go to my Verizon job and be happy, missing my kids' lives, missing my kids' games, so that I can put dinner on the table. I would love that. But I can't. I can't do it, man. And in 40 years, when I'm 80, I'm not going to give a fuck about Verizon. And they're not going to give a fuck about me, are they? I use that as an example because it's across the street from me. But my kids will still be suffering from the time they lost with me, that I gave to a corporation like Verizon who doesn't deserve it and doesn't pay me. Dude, $21 an hour is considered decent wages for, working people. Think about this though. Would you sell the last hour of your life for $21? Would you sell it for $1 million? I wouldn't. I think it's insulting to hear that an hour of my life, which at the back end of it, I'm going to be gasping for breath, praying for another moment with my kids. And I've sold how many of those moments away for peanuts, just to barely get by, when I don't need any of it. I can live without any of that. But this constructed government, this constructed society tells me that that's wrong. That I need to send my kids to school for 8 hours a day to learn shit that they will never use, that they don't want to learn, so I can work doing shit that I don't want to do with skills that I'll never need a day in my life. All for what? It's like, what is it? It's a circular definition type of thing. You know, you gotta put your kids in school because you gotta work, but you gotta work because you gotta put your kids in school. None of that shit is real, man. We're living in a fucking dream world, nightmare world. This is a nightmare world. It doesn't take that many people to just step out of it. Let's go.